Today on the channel from the McFarlane Toys Elite Edition line, we're headed to Image Comics with the Hawk, Shadowhawk.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Image Comics unboxing and review. Thanks to our friends over there at McFarlane Toys with the Elite Edition Shadowhawk. But for all your Elite Edition Shadowhawk needs and a whole lot more, make sure you hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get the deal out there, and that's exactly what I did. Pick this up over there at Jay's. Had to pick up Shadowhawk from my 90s goodness of Image Comics. I was there for the inception of Image Comics. I was collecting all those #1 issues. It was the early 90s, of course. Like, oh, it's the #1. Whether or not you even like the character or not, you're like, well, it's the #1 issue. It's going to be worth a fortune. We remember those days if you were around. And Shadowhawk, I probably only bought the first one. I really don't remember Shadowhawk very well. I'm hoping the trading card in there might jog my memory some. But he was also kind of known as a Batman-Wolverine hybrid. That was the joke on the old playground once upon a time about Shadowhawk. The Hawk, Ronnie Hawkins, of course, one of the greatest balladeers of all time. Shout out to the Hawk. But Shadowhawk unboxing, we're going to do it like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Old Jim Valentino special is what we got going on. Looking good, deluxe packaging size, a very deluxe price point with these, which turns a lot of people off. I'm guessing a little shorter run on these figures. They don't make them in the quantities, of course, of Batman, as you can imagine. So that takes that cost up a little bit. And I don't know, there's some shenanigans aplenty, maybe, possibly. I'm not exactly sure. But we got Shadowhawk down here. Of course, Elite Edition, 14 and up. Image Comics Founders Edition. We just recently unboxed Savage Dragon. Check that video out if you missed it. Shadowhawk on the side, looking like Batman, looking like Wolverine, as I always say. Elite Edition. And then a very famous cover over here, though. That Shadowhawk is a very famous cover. I remember a poster hanging up in my comic book shop I used to go to when I was a little kid. You know, every Wednesday I'd pick up my new comics with my dad. We'd go to Toys R Us. We'd work the circuit Wednesdays after my dad got off work. And remember seeing that all the time. Dragonfire Comics. Shout out to them. Real ones remember Dragonfire Comics. I remember the owner had a license plate that said Wolvie. I said, oh, Wolvie's here. Oh, look at that. But that's what it is. That's more you guys need to know. I'm sure you're very interested, and that place isn't even open anymore. We're getting down to business, and now we got a plot twist going on. Here's what we got going on. See you later. Goodbye. Now, we unboxed Savage Dragon. He came with one of those like hard cardboard inserts. This one actually comes with a comic book. What are we doing here? What's going on? Did Jim Valentino say, yeah, use one of my comic books if you want? And then, I guess it didn't even a comic book. It's just a gallery of pictures is what this is. I don't know. I don't know what to think about all this. I really don't. I'm speechless. For once in my life, I'm speechless. But we do get this comic book. Here is what it is. Do what you want with it. We also get a little stand here, much like the Savage Dragon. You get a little bit more of a fancier stand with these guys. I guess that's what's going on. We do got some cards as well. You guys know me, I love cards. We do get the Elite Edition. You scratch that, you put it in, you get some savings over there at the old McFarlane store. I actually bought a bunch of t-shirts. Like, they had some pretty good Peacemaker shirts. You probably see me wearing those on the channel. I picked up some of those, and I had a bunch of points I forgot all about. I put them all in there. I basically got them all, like, for shipping. They were, like, almost all free, and I actually liked a lot of the shirts. Sometimes I don't like comic shirts. It's got to be a special shirt for me to pull the trigger on a comic shirt. And there were some good ones there, especially for basically free. See you later, goodbye. But we got War and Peace for Shadowhawk, but this is probably important for a lot of us right here. Jim Valentino is and what, Valentino? Did he create Valentino's Pizza Buffet restaurant? I used to go there in college all the time. We'll look up that later. Jim Valentino is the creator of such diverse series as Normal Man, A Touch of Silver, very similar to A Touch of Gray by the Grateful Dead, if I'm not mistaken. Vignettes and Shadowhawk, as well, creative force behind the Guardians of the Galaxy for Marvel, and owned a line of pizza buffets. Okay, well, there it is. A co-founder of Image Comics, he served as the company's publisher from 99 to 04. changing the face of the company to one of the most stylistically diverse in the industry. Currently, he heads his own division of Image, Shadowline Inc., which publishes Rat Queens. I've known a few Rat Queens in my time. Memoirs of a very stable genius, very similar to me, of course, once again, and more and more. He serves on the board of directors of the Hero Initiative and lives in Portland, Oregon. Beautiful this time of year, and I'm sure he lives right next door to Clyde Drexler. Yep, Clyde Drexler. Look it up. You guys know who Clyde is. Clyde the Glide, of course. Of course. Now, we got twist ties, and the Shadowhawk is taken over by twist ties is what we have here. We got them on the arms. We got them on the feet. We're playing those McFarlane hits, and I know, Todd, you said sometimes the twist ties actually cost more than the action figures, which is an interesting turn of events, if you ask me, but I don't know. Math ain't mathin', but apparently it maths for our old buddy Todd, as we know. Twist ties all over. One left. One left. We do get a decent amount of loadout with this one here, so I appreciate that, especially for this price point. We better have a decent amount of loadout. And we do got that Cambodian tape, which is not cheap either, so we know the price on that. And we also got more twist ties on the shield, because why not? Why not? Go all in. Go all in on these twist ties. That's what I say. Oh my gosh, this is one of those ones where you get all the way into it, and you're like, you know, I should have took this one offline because of all this Cambodian tape. So the Cambodian tape is another level on this one here, as we're seeing. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna stick with it. We've gone this far. There's no turn back now. You just can't turn around. Can't turn the car around at this point. We've gone too far. We've gone too far. All right, can I get all these hands out? Where's one set of hands? Oh my gosh. Todd, we got to talk offline about this Cambodian tape. It was fun. It was a fun joke, but now it's getting a little too serious, if you ask me. It's just kind of hitting me back in the face, slapping me in the face. See you later. Goodbye. Twist ties. Get off this table immediately. What are we doing? There it is. All right. Let's get down to business. Let's do it. Let's start it off. And should we start with the hands? Why not? We got a little trigger finger action here. Silver gloved hands. No gun to shoot, though. So, I don't know. Then we got the splayed out hands. Of course, the jazz hands. We got those going on. You can wave to everybody. And then we got the very Batman-esque, or more Wolverine-esque, but Wolverine claws on him here. Looking very good. You got 4 claws instead of 3. Of course, you don't want to be sued or anything. So we do got that going on. Once again, a nice silver color on these. A very bright, vibrant silver. We do got some forearm attachment pieces here. You got a little grappling hook coming out of there. You got a little dagger type thing coming out. Just slide these on the forearm. We know how that goes. Once again, all in the silver color. Looking very cool. Everybody loves a good gadget, especially Inspector Gadget. Can we get Inspector Gadget in the Elite Edition line? Give me Inspector Gadget all day long. I'll take Penny in the Brain, Dr. Claw. You don't got to twist my arm. We got the Shadowhawk emblem right here. Right there, it's a shield. He's ready to protect himself, I guess. Always use protection, Todd, unless you don't need to. I don't know. And then you got is this kind of like a batarang? That's what I imagine this as well, all in a silver color. So quite the loadout. A little bit more heavy on the loadout than your average McFarlane, so there's a little price point in that. I'll give you that. There was a lot of extra twist ties and tape, too. And then you got 2 cards, and you got a deluxe stand. I don't know, but you get down to the figure, and at the end of the day, it is just a McFarlane DC-style, multiverse-style figure going on. So, same time, I don't know. I think most people will say this is not worth the money, and I would be hard to argue with those people. Nothing against Silverhawk or all this, but $35 price point, maybe $29, $24.99, somewhere in that mix. I think we'd be okay with one less hand and a few less twist ties and a normal stand. Probably could have lived with that. And Todd, we could talk offline, but I think once this DC thing goes away, yeah, the amalgam line, it could happen. It could have. We were talking a lot about the amalgamation line. I hope that does happen. But I do think there's meat on the bone. Use the DC multiverse style, but use it for other toys and comic book companies and stuff like that. Make it one universe. I don't know. Anyways, let's jump into it. We got the Shadowhawk head here, looking like a Batman-Wolverine hybrid, no doubt about it. A little bit more Wolverine. Got those red eyes with the black face mask, looking very good. Second head, just looking like a normal black dude is what it looks like. It looks like a guy that I would see in finance or something like that. 2 eyes, 2 ears, nose, and a mouth. And a haircut you could set my grandma's watch to. No doubt about it. So choose your own head adventure. Would anybody display this head over this one? You'd be a fool to do that. But I bet you somewhere there's a huge fan out there that's buying 2 of these. Maybe even 3 to keep one of them in on card. Shout out to that person. Silver Black Attack looking very good. Oakland Raiders fan. We know it all day long. Las Vegas. Come on. Oakland Raiders. What are we doing here? But looking good in the Silver Black Attack. 2 Fists of Fury out of the package. I kind of prefer the Fists of Fury in all honesty. But I think I got to go at least 1 claw hand. You got it. You got to represent the claws. As Wolverine once told me in his Toy Biz figure, I got claws. I can use them. And Shadowhawk's in the same boat. Got a utilities going on. Utility saddle around his belt all over the place. Like a young Batman. You got the, I guess, sand tan color as far as the pockets. Very interesting. Forearm guards in silver. Got those big old boots down here in silver as well. Looking interesting. Arms do go all the way around. You get the butterfly shoulders. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinned elbows for $50. I'd like no pins. That's personal preference. Hands back and forth, side to side. Fist of Fury. Head back and forth, side to side. Removable. Hula hoop up top, plus traditional waist, plus a little of that sticky grease for free as well. Got that if you need it. You do got the Shadowhawk splits, looking pretty good. You got that diaper, and oil's just reeking out of this guy here. Unbelievable. He's leaking. He's peeing all over me is what he's doing, Todd. What are we doing with that? Kick to the nuts if you need it. Double jointed pinned knees once again. Ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down, and the toe articulation on him right here. Pretty small figure, pretty plain figure. A figure that I think you could have got a lot of reuse from other Batman figures, things like that. It's just, as much as I like stuff like this, I'm cool for a whole image run of stuff like this, but the $50 price point is just too extreme for these figures. You just can't be doing it. Not in this economy. Not in this economy. He does fit on this stand, but man, if these could get dialed down to, let's say, max $34.99 collector's edition style, I think that would be a fair price a lot of people could live with, and I think there's meat on the bone for a lot of characters you can do. You give us the whole Wildcats team, Gen 13, you give us all these other ones, the Shadowhawks, the Silver Dragon, the Savage Dragons, the Silver Dragon too, whoever he is, Young Blood, Wetworks. There's so many of them. There was those cool vampire figures you did back in the day and the werewolf ones. I could go on for days, but this is a stretch. This is a tough one. Go to Jay's, save 15%. You got to get a deal out there, but man, I just don't know. I don't know how well this one's going to go around $50. So yeah, to each their own on that one. Let me know your thoughts. I can just see the comments right now. I'm passing on this. It's too much money. It's too much money. It is. And at the end of the day, we got to vote with our wallet. Nobody's going to force you to do anything you don't want to do unless they do. Something like that. But there it is. Shadowhawk. Of course, Image Comics representing here today. What's your thoughts on this? Pick up, pass, long game, no game? I'm not so sure game. I can't afford this game. Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like both of my YouTube channels, subscribe to both of my YouTube channels and all that fun stuff. Check out YouTube channel memberships, check out Patreon, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available where podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for a Shadowhawk Elite Edition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?